April 15th, 2013 was not only one of the worst days in Boston history with the marathon bombing, it was the worst day of my life. Before that horrific day, I was a professional businesswoman. I had 3 college degrees, worked a full-time job, went through night school, and raised 2 beautiful children. 2010, I had met Mark. We seemed to have a lot of common, hit it off. On our 3rd date, he flew me to Baltimore to go dancing. I was in heaven. I thought I finally met the man of my dreams. We had started to spend a lot of time together, almost every day. The aggression first started after several months. It was, a push or a shove. If I was talking to another guy, he would get jealous that I was talking to him. If I didn't pick up a phone call right away, he would get mad. He started to leave a couple of bruises on my arms by grabs. Of course, there was always an apology. That would never happen again. By 2011, he had made me a business offer. It was too generous to turn down. I was a little leery about working for a boyfriend, but decided to take the risk, and I left my career at Northeastern University after 24 years to go run his business. It was perfect. I was traveling everywhere, seeing the country. We were building the business bigger and better. The company had been mismanaged for several years, so he had fired half the staff. We began hiring my family members to fill the slots. Thought it was a win-win. Little did I know at that time, it was just another way to control me. We were working around the clock, trying to build the business up. You didn't realize when it's happening to you that you're being isolated by, he kept me from all my family and friends, and I didn't realize it. Kept me from everybody I loved. He began blaming me for everything. If he lost his keys, it was somehow my fault. The violence started getting worse. By August of 2011, it was getting bad. We were working late in the office. We were getting ready to leave. We were in my car. He started calling me the nastiest names I've ever heard. I was mad. I was screaming at him to get out of my car. He refused. He kept going. He turned around and punched me 6 times in the face, splitting my nose wide open. I kept telling him to take me to the hospital. He took me in the office and gave me paper towels to help me clean up some of the blood. He then put me in the car and took me to his condo, made me change my clothes, drilling me the whole time that if I told anybody that he was going to go to jail, I didn't know what to do. It was drilling, and I was going to be out of a job if I said anything. So I agreed that I would not tell what happened, that I would say I fell down the stairs under the condition that he agreed to go get help. Of course, it was just another lie. We got to the hospital. The doctor knew I was lying, but I kept my mouth shut. He had full control. If I had reported it, I would have been out of a job. My daughter, my father, my cousin, and my friends would all be out of a job. And so I stayed quiet. I was completely embarrassed and ashamed of the situation that I had got myself into. I loved the man that I thought he was, but I hated the monster. For the next year after that, he was Prince Charming. Everything was great. We were traveling all over the country, building the business up, but it would start again. By fall of 2012, the arguments were getting worse, more frequent. Of course, everything was my fault at that time. I would disagree with him about something. He put me through a wall, leaving my whole body print in the wall. He would send me on an errand, and then he would accuse me of taking too long, that I must have stopped to meet somebody. It was always a setup. It was always some sort of setup to start an argument. I found myself doing anything and everything possible to keep him happy. Nothing ever worked. By April of 2013, the violence had been escalating, more and more frequent than usual. His face would change when he was in a rage. His eyes were blank, like there was no one there. The morning of April 15th, it was 9 days after my 50th birthday. Started off like any other. No one in the office could do anything right. He was screaming all day, started drinking early. The fight continued from the office in my car on the way home. It got really bad when I said I was going to leave, and I tried to go out the back door. He blocked the back door. I ran for the front door. He pushed me aside and blocked that. I started to run up my stairs. He caught me about halfway up the stairs. He had his arm across my throat, choking me. I was gasping for air. I couldn't breathe. I could see the pictures of my babies. I just tried to zone out the pain, looking at my children. To be honest, I don't know how I had made it that long. I found myself going out again, and then he just stopped. The next thing I remembered, I was on the couch. My body was in so much pain. I was fading in and out. I could see him out of the slits of my eyes. He was at my feet, and he was wrapping my ankles with an extension cord. And he wrapped my hands and around my neck. I don't know how long I had been tied up for. I must have passed out. I came to when he was untying me. And then he laid on the couch next to me and went to sleep. What kind of monster can do that? To commit 3 hours of this horrific act and then go to sleep like just another day. He held me hostage in my house for a month without any medical attention. When I finally got away, my sister and my daughter took me to the hospital. He broke 22 bones in my body. Every rib had multiple breaks and fractures. He broke 8 vertebrae in my back, my right orbital bone, punctured my lung, punctured my eardrum, collapsed my lung. I have permanent nerve damage on the right side of my face and my chest, and I've been diagnosed with PTSD and depression. I found Dove through another counselor that I had been seeing. No one knew how to help me because they'd never had a case like mine. My first group meeting, I must have looked like a deer in the headlights. I was scared. I didn't know what to expect. I walked in the door, and Jen and the girls in the group welcomed me with open arms. Finally, I thought, there's someone who knows what I've been going through. Jen made me at ease. She made me feel at ease. Right from the start, she was amazing. She gave me strength to keep going. At one meeting, she gave us these little angels. While trying to put my abuser behind bars, I had to be in court once a month. I would bring this little angel with me, and every time I thought I couldn't go on, I would feel in my pocket and feel that little angel, and I would remember Jen's face, that I could do it. Dove saved my life. I honestly don't know where I would be today if it wasn't for them. While preparing for this, I was looking back over my notes from 2014, and there was a little notation that said, Jen was my little ray of sunshine. That still holds true today. She showed us coping skills, how to deal PTSD if something was triggered. No matter what stage I was at, she knew how to help me. Dove was always there. If I needed anything, I could call them. when something like this happens to you, you lose yourself. You lose who you were. You question your whole life. I'm not 100% yet, but with the help of Dev, I'm getting there. Please continue to donate. What happened to me could happen to any of you. Maybe someday domestic violence will be a thing of the past. But for now, Dev needs your help so that they can keep doing the great work that they do. I'm happy to say that my abuser is behind bars. He was facing 50 years, took a plea bargain and got slapped on the wrist and is serving 4 to 6. He is eligible for parole this April. I will forever live in fear. Thank you for listening. Please help.